What's going on, people? Welcome back to JSTV, back again. And Newcastle got absolutely, I wouldn't say thrashed, but listen, we were poor today. Finished Luton 1, Newcastle United 0 at Kenilworth Road. We were outfought, outmuscled, and outclassed. And it's been a very disappointing day for Newcastle United. And I can't say anything as well. I've been kind on social media and check on my tweets, and I've got Paul with me. Hi to you, Paul.
Oh, how's it going? All right.
I'm great. And how are you? There's just no positives today. Absolutely non-positive today. I can't figure it in today. But guys, if you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe. And also, super chats are open. And if you'd like to become a member, it is just 99p. And there's no trolls tonight. That is banned. Please be respectful to the channel and to the chats as well. And let's have a look at Andy. Big on Andy. I know we have a project with Eddie, but the owners won't put up performance like this forever. We finish outside the top 10. Eddie could go. Andy, I hope it's not the case. I've given another season next year, and I'm sure the owners will probably do the same. But if Eddie Howe does leave, if he does get the sack, if he's not good enough, could someone please tell you to bring in? I can't figure anyone in a minute. I just cannot. I cannot. Hi to Chess. Leslie's not available today. She's not well. Let's hope that she feels better soon. Leslie, if you're watching the show, get well very, very soon. Please remember to keep comments respectfully. No all cap super chats are available if you wish to donate for only 99p. And also remember, it's 90p as well. It's open. Outclassed, utter ball assassin. Steve, hi to you, Steve. I know you're not very happy. I know that's a fact. The quad five I've rode for. We just lost to Luton Town. Luton Town. That's it. Is that a new team from the conference? We can still win the league. Michael, I don't know what you've been drinking, my guy, but I tell you what, we'd be lucky to finish in top 10. Oh, no, I can't lie after that performance today. Hi to Chess again. Hi to Boosh. No, he's going absolutely nowhere. Zach Howe and the training team, there's nothing else to give us in Colton, man. I thought it was positive, mate. I'll be, man.
That's banter.
It is banter. Eddie's still on, man. That's some homesick Geordie. He is indeed. And honestly, bringing Tony Mowbray or Joanne, I tell you, that's banter as well. I mean, the English manager, Eddie, has been awful. I tell you what, mate, Mason, I don't know what you've been drinking, my guy, but I ain't happening anytime soon. And Chess has asked who to bring as your manager. So there you go. Like I said, 1-0 to Luton as well. And the team lineup as well. Oh, we dropped down the place, by the way, the 7th, yeah. And let's go on to the team lineup as well. I mean, Livermento's been dropped. And Trippier kept his place. Fabian Charles come in. And Isak is sub. And you know what? For me personally, I mean, Paul, what do you think of the team lineup? Livermento dropped. Do you think Eddie got it slightly wrong with the team lineup, though?
Well, judging on the result, it's hard to not say yes. I get what he was trying to do. Burns come in because they're physical and they have height. I get that decision. But Trippier again for the first couple, well, for most of the game, he was getting done. He didn't look great today, I don't think. I'm not saying he was at fault for the goal. Wasn't even his man for the goal, but Trips didn't look on it. And none of us, I mean, our passing today, I mean, no matter who's in the starting 11, John, the passing at times was, there's no other word for it. It was terrible. And it was what I was worried about. I was worried that we were going to get caught up in the occasion because Luton have gone through something horrible and they were always going to come out and fight for this performance because they wanted to dedicate it to Lockyer, which is cool. That's brilliant. Good respect to them. And you knew it was going to be difficult because they're fighting for it. And you've got to take that on the chin and, fight back to that. We didn't. I don't think we've showed any fight, really. I mean, all right, we've had some moments in the game here and there. I mean, the offside was harsh. It's one of those where, I mean, they've done it by his arm, which I don't remember. I don't remember being able to score with your arm, so that was a bit bizarre. But honestly, if we would have got away with a 1-1, we didn't deserve it. Honestly, we didn't deserve to get a point.
Paul, all it is, right? It's not to cut in, by the way, right? But let's be real.
No, you're right.
If we got an equalising goal, I would have not celebrated. I would not have celebrated, yeah? Because at the end of the day, with performance like that, I wouldn't even celebrate a draw with that performance. Go on, man.
No, I'm just seeing Alan's thing there. I mean, look, I've backed Miggy. He was off it today. He should have come off. He should have come off at half time. He probably should have come off instead of Lewis Miley. He was terrible today. Gordon wasn't fit. I agree with that. I don't. I think we've rushed him. We've rushed him back because he was feeling maybe enough to play the game, but he didn't look at his usual self at all. And then it's just that first 10 minutes. I just knew that first 10 minutes was awful. We were, they hit the post, the crossbar. Sorry, we looked all over the place, absolute shambles. We kind of came back into it a little bit. I mean, that's being kind. Wilson, though, I mean, we'll probably get into that, but Wilson should be doing better with his chance.
Yeah, the two good chances.
That goes in. It's probably a different game, but still not good enough. And then the goal, we'll get into it, but just wasn't like we wanted it until like the 80th minute. It was just a bizarre. We knew there's something wrong with our away performances. It has to be looked into. I know Eddie's come out and said that there's nothing wrong with it, but there is. We've only won in the league. We've only won one away, and that today again. That's the only time this season Luton has not kept. Sorry, that's the first time Luton's kept a clean sheet in the whole season. We rock and gift him a clean sheet. Hence why I put. We're back to the old Dr. Newcastle. We'll see now. A striker's out of form. Yeah, come to us. You'll get the goal. Your team hasn't scored for 9 games. Yeah, come on then. We'll give you the goal. Sunderland are in poor form. We'll go there and get beat. Right now, I tell you, we'll go to Sunderland and get beat. We play like that, we won't win.
No, I think Sunderland must be licking their chops. The FA Cup, anything can happen. Yeah, they must be licking their chops. And I'm going to tell you this now. I hope our players understand what this derby means, because they don't, they will get found out very, very quickly. And that's all I'm going to say on that one when it comes. And Rafa has more pulling power than Eddie in getting players. That's on Colton. He's 63 now, and he is struggling to sell to Figo, by the way. And he's been lucky not to have been sat a couple of times. Would have taken Lewis off. That was a terrible mistake. Tino should have been earlier. Personally, he should have started, to be fair. And heard that Barnes, Murphy, Sissoko, and Joe all fit again next week. Any truth in this? We don't know Geordie's zone. And if you're from Twitter, guys, make sure you do subscribe to me channel, John Sinclair TV. Thank you very much indeed. And the pin on my pin code.
When did we re-sign Sissoko? Can I?
It's all cool.
It's all cool. You don't want him anywhere near the team. Jesus.
Not with this team. Not with this team. Not with this team. Got some instant messages. Terry Everton, hi to you. Lockster, hi to you as well. Waving you guys as well. And we're effing chat away from Hornash and George. I can understand you're frustrated. You don't know how language on my channel, but George, I'm going to give you a bye. I can understand, like the rest of us as well. Give Woodman and Karras a start. Actually, the bracket has been awful. To be fair, he made a couple of good saves, by the way, today. One with his legs in the first half, and he made a double save, which was offside. Hi to Eddie, by the way. Your team's on fire. Leicester City. Absolutely fantastic. You're going up this season. See you next season, and I want to be there as well. What was that? We're switching Gordon and Riggy all the time. I don't get it. I don't get it whatsoever. I really don't. One of our comments yeah, very. Eddie's done that. Criticism's well deserved, but I don't think over Eddie says the right coach. Yes, well said. And then I tell you what, like I said, if Eddie goes, who would you take in this place? Who would you take in this place? Let me know, please. Why did Eddie make the subs late in the game? Where's the damage was done? The thing was, if I was the manager, right? Yes, he made 2 subs earlier. I get that. I would have gone the whole way. I love Miggy. I would kick him off and play Livermental there. No doubt about that. Yeah. How made too many changes to the determinant of the team. Midfielder fell apart when Lewis went off, dropping Tina and starting Kieran, and Dan was a little tired disgrace. Now, the thing is, I've seen tweets again, and let's be real, right? People are having a go at Trippier again. I mean, people say they're getting full back in, but on social media, you need to look at that as well. Oh, by the way, I've blocked a few a day for swearing others. Hey, Gillespie's getting washed by Sunderland. Would you sell Father John? Father John, wow. I don't know. I wouldn't sell any place to them lot. Let's be real. He's got nothing else apart from the squad and all healthy again. Thank you very much indeed for that. Let's hope it's the case. Fair play to Luton. He's the real one, Fox. He's the real one. I mean, we're not going to have, Miggy, I'm not sure. Well deserved, and to be honest, expect to win today. And Foxy, you're correct. And for giving Hall 5 million, that lad must be wondering why he signed. I don't get it. I'm not going to read the next comment, by the way. Just to make things clear, any inappropriate comments in the comment section, yeah, you are out. Okay? Just be warned.
Allegedly, I don't know if you heard this, John. I think chat might have heard this. There's been a rumbling going on that if Hall would have played more minutes, allegedly we might have had to have bought him outright in January. I don't know how much truth there is in that, but I have seen some rumblings of that in and around social media. Not saying it's definitely true, not saying it's been confirmed by any means, but if there is something behind that, that could be some, I don't know. You know, it's hard to know, but
yeah. Well, if that's true, then we know why. Because 28 mil, there's quite a bit of money to spend on players hardly played for us as well. Hi to Leslie, Tam and Ty, by the way. Jeremy Beadle cost the game was a prank as a Colton. He's on fire. Colton's on fire. I like Colton. He's on fire. I've got fluent chat. Lip and say to Wallace, it's hard to talk. Lip still on. Found later it was pit stick. And that's from Leslie. Big up Leslie, by the way. Get well soon, pal. How is Newcastle playing? How is Newcastle playing currently? We can answer that question for you.
At home, brilliantly. Away, terrible. That's literally, it's a 50-50 season. It's so weird that we you know, St. James has been a very strong place for us. And we just, I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's mentality or whatever. You know, I know we've had injuries and blah, 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 but the 11 that are on the pitch, it was a strong 11. It was, you know, you can't hide from the fact that the 11 that were on the pitch were strong. You've got Isaac on the pitch, you've got Wilson, you've got Gordon, you've got Almiron. I mean, I know he wasn't great, but on this day he can be good. You got Botman, you got Bruno, and Bruno was really bad today as well. Sorry.
Do you know what it is, right? Know what it is with Bruno, right? He should be dictating that game. The stage was set for this guy today, yeah? The stage. I'm going to be honest, it's just the rest of them poor. I can't lie. And I'm sorry. I have to we were absolutely shambolic. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, Bruno, but he's just like the rest of us, poor today. Yeah, that you should have took control of that game, and he didn't. He got absolutely roughed up. Absolutely, not just him, but all the players got roughed up today. We couldn't cope with their pace and power, by the way. And by the way, big up Luton. Well done today on your win. And Tom Yockler, good to see you back again, mate. Really is. Edge go nowhere. The players had to take the blame for that performance. They were shocking, exactly. And Jess has given Randy the answer. And to say not great, 15 injuries, tired players, uncharacteristic mistakes creep in, and we have to tough January coming up for me. I'll do our business.
January's awful. Our January's terrible, man.
Man City at home, Villa away, Sunderland before that. How's half team talk?
Liverpool away as well, first.
And I'm going as well to support the lads. I fear Howard could become victim of his own success, and it's turned out to be the case with fans turning on him. It's all immediate success or sack the manager with our fan biz. Fox, I can see where Foxy's come from on this one, you know what I mean? And you know what it is, right? I mean, because they've got to the Champions League, they're expecting to do it again and again and again, right? And people are also saying it could be on Mark Hughes. And I don't believe that for a second. I really don't. Paul?
No, it's just, you know, I don't know what they want. He's he's not Mark Hughes. Mark Hughes never got Man City to the Champions League, so Simon Jordan's already got that wrong anyway. But it's one of those that injuries have not helped.
No.
You know, I get that. They haven't. It's been really unfortunate where it's come to that. And some of that is leading to some of the mistakes for definite. But, you know, even before we had injuries, our away form wasn't great. So it's not as if this is a new thing. Do you know what I mean? It's just difficult to put together what's going wrong with away form in particular. And like we were saying, January's worrying because we've got Liverpool away. That's going to be tough. I mean, even though they are losing to Arsenal at the moment, but, you know, Liverpool will be tough no matter what. And then you have got some home games, but one of them is Man City. And I know they're not exactly on form, but you just don't know with Man City. And then one of our big away games is Sunderland away. That game is huge. It really is. It's big. You know, if you think this is negative, if we lose that game, wow.
Ben, exactly. We look at the game itself before we go to comments first. We go through the games as well. And Rennie said Newcastle have bounced back. Arsenal are winning by a goal and nil by Gabriel. This season's also going to be difficult. More games, more injuries, more competitions from our teams. Always said we overachieved last season. We had no injuries and World Cup break, which helped a lot. Exactly. The thing is, right, I mean, I said the other day, we was just unprepared coming into the summer. We need more squad depth. We've got enough. We haven't got enough players, but we've got players coming back. Should be Joe Linton, Joe Willock, and all the players got to come back in. Harvey Barnes as well. And we need them back ASAP. We need them back. And we'll see. And just chatting to Lenny B, if we are tired, there's more than one way to play football. It's not all about the passing. And I've seen a tweet today that, one trick pony and also Paulie being found out.
I don't know about that. I felt we had a lot of, you know, I felt that Luton did what we do. They kind of outpressed us at times today. I just don't know. I don't know if that's the problem. I just think that, like I say, it's just this weird mentality we seem to have away. I don't know if it's anything to do with how we, you know, our pressing, for example. I don't think there's much in that because we had a lot of possession. We just don't do anything with it. That's our big problem. It's that last pass. It's that, you know, that clinical edge that, and it happened, you know, a couple of seasons now where we go through this period of time where we don't look like scoring. You know, you can't put your finger on it, like what's going on. And then we did figure it out. And I'm just hoping we figure it out again. You know, because that's been our biggest problem. Because even though we were poor today, if you put those chances away, we come away with playing terribly and get a jammy 1-1 or whatever. But it's just not going that way. I mean, it's worrying. The away form is, you know, we're fourth from bottom for away form, literally. In the away form table, we're fourth from bottom. That's how bad it's been, you know. Really? So that's not great. You know, so it needs sorting. You know, I know Eddie's kind of brushed it off in the past, but it can't be anymore. You have to give it, you know, you have to say that we're not great away and we got to do better, you know, because like I said, I get that St. James's Park it's a really good place for us and it's strong, which is brilliant, but we need to be able to recreate that away from home because we did it last season. You know, we were really good both home and away. You know, we did lose here and there, but we were really, you know, we were really strong no matter what. And it's just, it's difficult. It's difficult because when we lose, there's always just a big reaction. We all knew that Twitter was going to explode after this, especially it being, no offense, being Luton. We knew it was going to be a big kind of explosion of anger and annoyance. Just like the Brighton game, when we got beat off Brighton, it was the same thing. Eddie Howe out, Eddie Howe this, Eddie Howe that. Now, I'm not saying I want Eddie Howe to lose his job. Of course not. It's ridiculous. But I will say he definitely, one thing Eddie Howe does need to look into is what is going wrong with the away form. And that's part of him as well. That's partly on him as a manager. Subs is another thing that, you know, we're all, you know, I know we're not him, but we're not stupid. And it just frustrates us as fans when, you know, like let's change. Miggy's not playing well. Change it, and he does. But it takes until the 70th, 80th minute to change it, and you think, come on, like we can all see that Miggy's not playing very well. We can see that Gordon's hardly, he's hardly fit.
I've got to be honest with you, right? I mean, back on Miggy, right? He's been absolutely poor. And I tell you what, he's lucky he's getting enough chances because I tell you now, if Jacob Murphy was fit, Miggy would not get back in that team. No doubt about that. He's lucky. As soon as Jacob Murphy's fit, the better. Let's be real. I'm not criticizing Miggy. I'm not going to have a go at anyone like that, but I'm just speaking facts. And the fact is, he has been very, very poor. And his shooting the day in the first half when he blazed over the bar again just sums up his season. It really,
we missed. This was a game for Joe Linton as well, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
we really missed Joe in that midfield, like breaking up play and getting in there. Like we really missed his sort of physicality in that sort of game because that's what you need. Luton away, that's what you need. And it was a shame not to have him, but like I say, I could go for the whole team. Longstaff, I thought was really poor. Giving the ball away and just not being strong enough at times.
Yeah,
really frustrating. I thought our best player was probably Isak at times.
Yeah,
when he came on, he looked a bit more. He looked to give a bit more. I felt the goal was a bit unlucky. He took it well. Very unlucky with the offside because I don't feel the lines are right. I mean, if it's offside, it's offside, but I just feel they've drawn the lines on his hand, which you can't score with your hand.
Yeah, totally agree, Paul. You're absolutely right. Let's go on for some comments as well. If we lose against Sunderland, I genuinely fear for Eddie Howe. That's from HSG. Well, I don't think you'd be on your own, to be fair, but I'd be worried. That is not even worth thinking about. Finishing fourth is difficult, as is the easy part. Being able to consistently finish fourth and high is the hard part. Foxy, you're correct. Yeah. And one thing we'll not be finishing with is fourth. We'd be lucky to finish in the top 10 because we've been lucky because the teams below United lost today. West Ham won, Brighton drew. Do you know what I mean? But I just fear for us in a minute. Big up to Lorraine, by the way. Hi to Lorraine. I hope you're great. How's Harvey Barnes doing? I mean, he hardly played. He's injured as well. And I'm sure lessons has been learned. Big up to Ray, by the way. Hi to Ray. Hope you're good. Never mind how the players here are not doing what they did last year, either individually or collectively. As supposed to 75. Big up to you, Ray. Well done, you. Too many are not filling the black and white shirts, full stop. Ray, that's a fantastic point there. This just hasn't been good enough, especially away from home. How's under pressure? How away form is shocking us. And Callum, hi to Callum, by the way. Hope you're good. Our finisher, that's another thing. Our finisher's been shocking. Just chatting to him about Harvey B and True Jeds as well. And Miron is not in Premier League level after excelled last season. Would rather play some Ben with 2 feet and Miggy. Jay Turner Cook, right? I'm not being. I know you got to be careful about Foxy. Foxy loves Miggy, by the way. I mean, I think Turner Cook would be too early for him, by the way. Definitely the right side of midfielder, 100%. People talking about not scoring goals have been clinical enough. Let's be honest, the big reason we finished fourth was our defensive record. Yeah. That is a shambolic part of our games, especially away. Our defensive time's been absolutely poor, I'm telling you. And Rennie and Jez, so that's it. Keep going. Maybe Christmas to you as well. After next year, I may not even be in the squad, I hope. Do you know what it is, right? You probably have 2 years left on his contract as well. And Ross Barkley and Garku Allen, he ran the midfield there. Longstaff could not cope with him. He had a poor game. He's not the only one, Allen. Everyone's poor today.
Yeah.
Really just needs a good rest. That's to Mackie Jack. Hi to you, mate. Missing Rafinha, big time. Joe and to Wilson. And we could do another striker, by the way. We need 3 strikers at the club. That's what we need. We only got 2. Miggy needs a long holiday, 10 years. Dak is a good forward in the world after Haaland. You got to love Eddie, haven't you? Very interesting when we lose and play poor as a team. Miggy's poor, then excuse for everyone else. Miggy was poor. Yes, he was. But I agree. All poor and Foxy. They were all poor today. I mean, Debraka is the only one who can walk off with his head held high, in my opinion. One great, but he's only one. Missed a sit out and could have easily hit it with his right foot. That's important. I still think we are great at going forward, but lack the kill and finish. A lot of rivals here. Do you know what it is, mate? I agree with you. That's been the story of the season so far. We've only lost 7 out of 46 tour matches last year. We've already lost 10 this season before Xmas. There lies the problem. There lies the problem. After watching more closely, and Mackie J, if it hadn't been for Miggy's scores earlier last season, we would not have been in the Champions League. He was a part of that as well. Big up to him then. Players that's missed sitters all season. Jordan missed Plenton, Isaac, Gordon, Bruno, etc. That's Foxy. I agree. And Daka is more confident. Now Rogers is going to sell him, but I trust Enzo Maresca. He's the head coach of Leicester more than Brendan. Right. I mean, we did have a good start. I mean, the back had made a couple of fine saves, and Luton was all over us. They were really up for it, and they just paced their pace and power. We couldn't cope with their pace and power, and do you know what? We just didn't know where to start. And then he slowly got into the game. Callum Wilson had 2 good chances there, and he should have made them count, really.
Straight at the keeper. It's poor. But I agree. We were awful in the first 10 minutes. We really were. Luton were, and we all knew you can't. Again, you're not dumb. Like you know that Luton are going to be well up for it. Like we said, everything's behind them. They've got the whole thing with the passion that's come with what's happened. You've got the drive to beat a big team finally because they've pushed teams closely there. You've got all that in your corner knowing that's going to hit you, and we couldn't. And again, it's just stupid. Like, can't string a pass together. Like, it's really frustrating when you're seeing players of this ilk not be able to pass to each other. It's just, you know what I mean? It's so frustrating. Like seeing Bruno pass it to a Luton player or just pass it to no one. Or Liverpool have gone 1-1. Salah. But yeah, it was just frustrating. It was just we just couldn't get going. And then when we do get going a little bit, we have a really good chance. And Wilson. He knows he should be doing better there because he's got a good header and it's gone straight at the keeper. And then we got unlucky with the one that kind of deflected and it just went over, didn't it? That was unlucky. But then they were unlucky. It's not, they hit the crossbar how many times? 4 times in the game. They could have been 2 or 3 up by the time we had our chance because they've hit the post and stuff, the crossbar. Sorry. So it's not as if they weren't unlucky in the game. I just think that the whole game was poor. I thought we might come out a bit better in the second half. I don't think we really did. I think we had a bit of period of time where we were kind of on top, but we just didn't take any chance. Like I said, the biggest chance we had, it's a good goal by Salah.
Wow.
Really good goal. I just rewatched the Isaac goal. It's the best bit of play we do the whole game. Literally. Yeah. I mean, I guess, if you're being ultra technical, it should probably stand that goal. But, it is what it is. We know what VAR does. They draw the lines, and if they decide it's offside, it's offside. So what can you do? But, they did it from his hand, which seems a bit stupid. But like I said, we didn't deserve 1-1. If we would have got a 1-1, it would have been the luckiest 1-1 of our season.
Like I said earlier on, Paul, I would not have celebrated. I would not have celebrated.
No.
It's obviously got to for Luton, by the way. Let's be real. And you know what it is, right? I'm not being funny, but it would have been embarrassing. I don't celebrate draws. I really don't. Not against teams like Luton. No disrespect to Luton, but you've got a good kind of a rule, then you've got to win that game. We have got to win that game, and that is that. Because I tell you what, if you don't, I'll be real, right? If you play them at St. James's today, we're struggling to beat these lot today. I'm telling you, I don't think we win this. It'll end up in a nil-nil draw.
Like that, bloody hell, yeah.
It'll be a nil-nil draw. Let's be honest about it. And you know what? I'm just being real. I'm being honest now. I'm not being negative. I'm just being honest. And that's all there is to it, man. But the goal came, an early goal as well. And that is when there's a left wing corner. It was flicked on. And then Townsend was never going to miss that one. I mean, that goal, the defense was poor, by the way. Where's the defense? Where's the man marking?
Yeah. I mean, look, Miley's lost him. It's Miley's man. He hasn't lost him. And I feel for the lad because he's done really well. And it's a shame that it's come from his mistake. But there's other things like Almiron's caused it. He's caused that corner with being, just not being good enough. The corner comes from his mistake. And then we're just poor. We just don't react. And again, we said it in the preview. I joked about it, that of all the players that were going to score against us, of course, it's an ex-Newcastle player. They just love it. They love scoring against us. Ex-players love scoring against us. And again, it's just that typical, said it already, it's that Dr. Newcastle, see you now. Oh, here you go. You want a free goal? There you go. Have it. Well done. It's mega frustrating. It really is, because it's this is what's going to kind of define our season. You know, whatever we finish, the frustration will be that we've gone to games in the last couple of weeks that were winnable on paper, but we've gone to places like Everton and Luton and still lost. And that's what's frustrating, because, you know, I'm not trying to be big-headed, but those are the games you should be looking to win. You know, if you're being realistic about what we want for the future. And now it's kind of, we're relying on getting, you know, a result at Anfield. I'm not confident getting a result at Anfield if we're playing like this.
Yeah, very, very true. Got Jackie's on and Insta, give us a wave. I got also a couple of Insta as well. I don't know, I got watch on Insta, but thanks for watching in any case. And big up to Lancaster Mags as well. Hi to you, mate. Hope you're good. Got one here for Chelsea again, chatting to Randy, the Leicester City fan. But for you, our league may come back Champions League. You never know. Hi to Alan again. Jakub Minte for loan. I don't think get him back until next season. And big up to JK. It's great to see him in the chat as well. We could have gone 2-0 down as well. Ross Barkley hit a long distance shot, hit the crossbar. 2 minutes later after that, the Black had to make a fine save. And from Adebayo. And Newcastle was all over the place, but we just didn't put in the tackle. I think at times he looked scared of Luton, especially in the midfield. We looked scared.
Yeah, well, they bossed, as we always said, they bossed
it.
Midfield. Yeah, like I said, Barkley bossed it over, you know, like we said, Sean was anonymous most of the game. Bruno had one of the worst games for us in a long time. Miley, bless him, just wasn't his game, was it? You know, obviously brought him off, but he wasn't the best. But he's got some credit in the bag. I'm not going to be too hard on him, because he's a lad. He's a kid. So, do you know what I mean? It's one of those where, you know, he's done really well over the last couple of weeks. So I'm not gonna go too hard, because I don't think that's fair. But yeah, again, like, we're just, you know, I just thought we've let the game become that. If we boss that midfield, we run that game, and we have the players to do it. That's what's more frustrating, that you have the likes of Bruno on there, and Longstaff can play better, and he's not played well enough. And then you know, you tried to help the wing out with Isaac on there and stuff, and like I said, I think he was probably the bright spark at times. I'm not saying he was brilliant, but he did, you know, he's kind of doing something at least here and there. But it's just we do miss some players. It's a shame, because I can just think of having Murphy available for that game, or having Barnes available for that game, or Willock, you know, all these players, Big Joe. It's just, yeah, I just think that those players were made for that sort of game, and we haven't got them at the moment. But, you know, still, for me, the 11 on the pitch should have enough. Again, not trying to be big-headed. The 11 on the pitch should have had more than enough to at least got a draw. And that's saying, that's mad, me saying that, because we should be winning, but we've only got a draw, which is not good enough.
I might be breaking news. Eddie Howe could be moving. Let's go on to the comments as well. Let's go on straight to Foxy. Disagree, John. We haven't won a trophy for how long? 53 years. Did it? 53, yeah. Got there. We haven't given any right to beat any club, regardless how big small they are. If you don't put in performance, then you don't get the 3 points in the Premier League. And I'll tell you something now, I have to kind of agree. But at the end of the day, you have to beat what's in front of us, and we just didn't do it today. Simple as that. Let's go on to Phil. Is anyone excited for Christmas? I mean, I would have celebrated Christmas if we won today, but It is what it is, mate. It is what it is. And our away form's been absolutely poor. There's no denying that. We haven't got release calls for Minty. That's a Mackie. Yeah, just saying Christmas wishes to Randy B. We are believing on our own hype too much. We have taken big steps forward with how, but still a long way to go. Exactly. We're not be winning titles anytime soon. We've always shite at Christmas, and no surprise with today at all with Phil. Phil, this is Luton Town. We have to beat Luton, and we didn't. You know what I mean? We need it back, surely. We got the money, and he's not coming back until next year. And have a good Christmas, Rennie. Hope to see you back soon. We should have the money. Yeah, but it would be cheaper to get him back without a recall clause. That would be making a replacement. Do you know what it is, right? I mean, you could do with him, but at the end of the day, it'd be different. Let's have a look. I mean, like I said, I'm just glad we went in half-time 1-0 because it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, exactly. It could have been, and they deserved it. This is the thing that I don't want to take away from Luton here. I'm being very harsh on Newcastle, but Luton deserved it. They deserved to be up. They deserved to be more than one goal up. Like I said, if we would have got any result out of that game, it would have been by pure luck more than anything, because this is what I feared. I thought the game would be that way. I thought that Luton would be up for it. They'd be determined, dogged, passionate, because they're trying to fight for, a result to in Tom's sort of favour, which is great. And that's what you got to deal with in those sort of games. You have to deal with that pressure. So you can't take it away that they definitely deserve to win, because they did. Because we didn't really, when was our first shot on target? Was it even the first half?
Yeah, other than that, yeah, late middle of the second half, that was it.
You know what I mean?
But
Like,
we'd be shocking. I mean, absolutely, honestly, today. I mean, you didn't get many chances as well. That's another thing. Their goalkeeper hardly had anything to do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
And that's not a negative thing. It's just we just call it how we see it, man. And that is the thing. And that's the worrying thing. We've got players out there. Bruce should be bossing it. Lewis Manley, I don't know why he went off for. I mean, he made a sub late in the first half. Lascelles gone off injured, and Lewis Manley went off as well. I mean, we don't know what that is, but you got to find out what Eddie Howe's been saying about Lewis. Is it a tactical thing? Is he been a victim of the tactics? Maybe we don't know that. But the one thing I will say, it didn't look great. But fans on social media were a bit furious, asking why Lewis went off before half time, and they just couldn't believe it.
Well, that's it. Everyone was calling for Longstaff to come off because they felt that Longstaff had the worst game out of the two. That was a big thing I saw that people were getting upset about, and I can't disagree with them, because, like I said, we've said already, I thought Longstaff had a poor game. But who didn't have a poor game? It's just hard to, I'll be sorry. It's all kicking off my end. Sorry.
Right.
It's one of those things where it's one of those games where I want to stay positive. I want to stay, not negative. But it hasn't given me much to stay positive with. And I'm I'm not normally that negative, but I have been. But I normally try and keep obviously I still trust in what's going to happen. I still think we'll be all right, but it's frustrating when we play like this and we don't put in these sorts of performances, because the fans have travelled and they haven't really given them much to go home with after that, and that's a shame.
Yeah,
I love the fact that they're still singing. I know people are I don't know why that was the odd thing I saw. I don't agree with this, that people were going nuts on social media telling off our fans for singing. That was weird. I don't know what that's all about. They should be booing them. What? No, that's ridiculous.
Exactly.
I don't agree with that sentiment at all. Like, I don't know what that's all about. People saying that they should be booed off and told that they're rubbish and stuff. What are you on about? Like, those are some weird comments, but it's not everyone saying that. But yeah, I've just seen a few people going like, why are the away fans cheering? And it's like, what do you mean? Like, they support the club. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna clap the team off.
Yeah.
I think it's a shambles when people boo anyway.
I'm with you. Totally agree. Let's go on to Mr. J. Case's comments that we should be taking our chances, and we can't afford not to, as the Premier League can be ruthless. Exactly, it's a mugs league as well. Lads, we got great Callum Wilson in the summer. We've got to get a striker in. No disrespect to Callum. I love Callum bits. Yeah, we could do another striker in because you need 3 strikers as well in the Premier League, and that's no word of a lie. Luton have given the more consistent games in the Prem and a real game at home. Amazed people expected us to win so comfortably today. I'll be real, right? I mean, I said we'd probably win 3-2, but at the end of the day, I was worth the market. And Jez with Alan and Alan with Jez as well. In the second half, Brown had a good chance. His effort crashed off the bar, not for the first time, and that would have been game over. But in the 53rd minute, Trippier lays the ball off to an on-marked Bruno, and his shot went just past the post. And then Isak had the ball back in the net, only to rule to be offside, and it was by inches, and that's as good as he has got. But when Isak came on, I thought he did all right.
Yeah, like I said, mate, I think he was the one player that comes away with a little bit of credit on the pitch. Like, I'm not saying he was like fantastic or brilliant by any chance, but out of everyone on the pitch, I felt that he was the one giving them. And this is not even a fully fit, Isaac. It's a 50-50, isn't it? He was only 50-50 playing this match, so you can tell he's not. He's obviously not coming in like at his peak fitness. So to come in like that, that's decent from him. But like I say, it's harsh. It's a harsh call. It's a really tight call. Like I said, the lines they drew were on his hand, and that's what frustrates me, because it's just like, well, you can't score with your hand. And this is what's bugged us about VAR this year, that if it's offside, then great. If it's a genius call, then fantastic. But I can't wait for next season when they bring in the automatic one, because that just kind of clears it up.
Yeah.
I really like that one in the Champions League and stuff. I think it just, even though it's upsetting to be offside, it's clear. It literally shows you like how close it was with the computer system. And I just think that I can't wait for it to come in, because, if that shows that was a real, the right call, then, what can you say? It's, it's a great call. But me, it just seems that they're drawing the lines in the wrong way, and they're going off like a part of the body you're not meant to score from. And that's what gets frustrating. But like I said, even if we go 1-1, I mean, like I said, it would have been the luckiest 1-1 of our season. Yeah. We wouldn't have deserved to go 1-1.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Got one from a DM, Simon Dennis. He's a Luton fan. I tried to get on my channel as well, but I think he might have gone to the game. And he said, could have done with 1 or 2 more in the first half. Thought we were outstanding. Second half, hanging on a bit. And that's from Simon. Big up to Simon Bond. Thanks to the DM as well. And I kind of agree with him. But I thought Luton were a better team. But let's go on to Home to Geordie. I couldn't ever boo the tune. It's our club, man. United, we win together, we lose together. Exactly.
100%, mate. 100%.
But the day we lost today wasn't great, wasn't it? Just chatting to Alan, but I think they all looked off it. Thing is, at the beginning of the season, I genuinely felt we had a healthy squad depth. We have to remember that they all returned some. I'm a bit hesitant to buy out desperation. We need to improve the squad. I mean, some of those players we've got now, I think needs moving on, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? If you want to be competing with like City, Arsenal, Liverpool, then we've got to turn over the players as well. Our team not good enough. Listen, they've been great. They got us Champions League, and Eddie must know who's good enough for next summer, at least. And then we just go from there. And that's not criticism, it's just facts. Simple as that. Why can we not play a couple of younger lads come through the ranks? At least it'll give them the team fresh legs. I see your point, but at the same time, Alan, if you put a young'un in, right, and in a cooker pressure match for like Farce home, Liverpool away, and then Sunderland away, and they don't come off, then I'm fair to say it could ruin their career. It really could ruin their career, and we don't want it for them at all whatsoever. But Luton defended for their lives. I mean, it was up to us to attack them, and we just couldn't break them down at all, Paul. It just couldn't break them down, and that is, for me, incredible, really.
Well, that's it, isn't it? I felt that we only really started to put big pressure on in the 80th odd minute. We start making some changes. Livramento comes on and Hall comes on, and I think we're trying to push a little bit harder. But again, it's like I'm trying to think of like a clear-cut chance that we had in those last couple of minutes that would have been worth shouting about. I mean, Wilson's trying to get a penalty. I mean, he's never going to get a penalty for 4 Trippier's saying he's been caught and stuff. It seemed like desperation stuff, that we're just trying to look for fouls and look for pushes and try and like get a cheeky penalty to get a goal. And I think that just shows you that the guys weren't even confident of scoring without getting like a free kick or a penalty, because they weren't creating any. I saw a few times Dubravka with the ball in that last 10 minutes, and he's looking. You can tell he's got the ball waiting for someone to make a move or do something, and he's, you've lost it because the momentum's not there. So it was frustrating. It was a tough day, bad day at the office today. Really bad day. I think this is definitely up there with Bournemouth and Brighton for me as one of the worst performances of the season.
Yeah, I couldn't do Football 365, right? I'm not going to lie, but I don't know if it's true or not, right? But it's just making absolutely shocking stories. I mean, Eddie Howe's were made to the all the way by a side, right? He tipped for the drop before the season, and sack talk can now go amid reports suggesting PIF on unhappy. That's according to Football 365. Joe Williams reported this as well, and I'm not going to believe that at all whatsoever is made up. I just do not know. But I've seen people on social media on my bit as well. It's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Got injuries, but the board aimed to back Eddie and Jan. And
what if people say you sack a manager just before the January transfer window? I mean, what planet are these people on?
Exactly. It just doesn't make sense at all, does it? It really doesn't. You know what I mean? It is absolutely ridiculous. It really is. But one thing I'm going to say is as well. I mean, all these fans. I'm going to ask the fans as well. Who do you want to replace Eddie Howe? If you want Sat, right? Who do you want to replace him? Yeah, Eddie Howe's going nowhere. Yeah, he's got credits in the bank. Yeah, let's be real, right? But I'm getting people tell us and say, if he does fix it in away form or does get into Europe, then all that could change. Do you know what I mean? But yes, got injuries. Yes, we've got the biggest squad in a minute. But you got to support Eddie. You got to, because he got his Champions League. Who do you want? Jose Mourinho? No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to have a competition manager in my club at all. Yeah,
mate. I'll tell you what. If you can't, this is what Newcastle is all about. If you can't support us at our worst, then don't be here when we're at our best. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we've been through relegations and terrible teams and terrible football. And look, the results away this season have not been good enough. But you can't then, if we go and beat Forest on the weekend and you're jubilant and celebrating that, you need to stick with them when they're not playing great. So you have to support them through the bad and the good. You can't just have it one way. You can't just support the team when it's all good, because it doesn't work that way. Football doesn't work that way.
Paul Carroll talking.
Look at, I know I'm not saying we're like Man United, but
yeah,
Jimmy, look at Man United. They're in absolute disarray. They really are. Like, they look terrible at the moment. They really do. And I don't want to be associated with that sort of outrage that the fan base have with those, because I get passion, I get anger. Some people probably wake up tomorrow and think, should I have tweeted that? Should I have said, it happened the other day when people are like, oh, I've reflected on that. I was a bit angry. I've said something in anger. I get you're frustrated. I get that it's not great. I get that we're in bad form away, but to sack a manager that's got you to Champions League football when we never would have dreamed of this is shambolic. It really is. I can't believe that people have put it on there on social media with a straight face. It really makes me speechless that he's even in those words of being sacked. If Bet365 had said that as a real thing, I'd just be, I'd be shocked. Because it is. It's like, so what's the plan then? So you sack Eddie Howe. So he's sacked. Okay, fine. Who's coming in? Who comes in after him? Who's available to come in now in December, just before January, with no plans, no idea, not playing with the team, not understanding the team. It's bizarre how these people think. We would have had a plan in place for January of what players we want. That we worked alongside with Eddie Howe. So you sack him and then you bring in someone else who has no clue, and they're up against it already. And then we're calling for them to be sacked when they don't get a good start or don't get going or don't know what they're doing or whatever. It's bizarre. It really is bizarre that some people are like that. Like I said, I get people being angry. I get people being frustrated.
Sorry about that. Just ridiculous again. Went down again. So people like I'm gonna have to agree with you, Paul, as well, what you said. Like, you know what I mean? But I mean, with Eddie Howe, I just hope that he stays. And of course, I'm sorry. Sorry, Paul. Just gonna go. Got on here. If I miss any comments, I do apologise. And Luton must be our boogie team, but over the years, he never won there. Alan, yep. I can't remember the last time I won there, to be fair. Bad result for you guys, as in Annie, your team's going well, Bristol City. Good win against Hull City. Nice one to you. Remember when we was trying to, yeah. And here we go. If you win the next couple of games, these so-called supporters will be saying Eddie is our god.
Yeah.
The thing is, we just flip off our fan base, don't we, sometimes, you know what I mean? But my motto is, I've seen tweets as well, if we lose against Forest, get beat of Liverpool, which is going to be fully expected. Sunderland's going to be the big one, though, when it comes. Because I'll tell you something now, we've got to beat Sunderland at all cost. And I don't mean getting a replay.
Oh, I tell you what, mate, we just need to, the biggest thing we need before we even worry about Sunderland is just we need to sort this away form out. That's the biggest worry for me. Sunderland can wait for now. We just need to figure out what we're doing wrong because it's just not been good enough. You can't carry this on. Like, great, you've got your home form, that's brilliant, but you need to have some form away. You have to. You can't just rely on home form alone to get you a season because it's not going to be. It's not good enough. So for me, the biggest thing for me is that's what he's looking at. Not Sunderland, not whatever. It's right, guys. What is happening away? And I'm not just saying the players, Eddie Howe as well. They all need to, come together and say like, what is it? Is it mentality? Is it even Eddie Howe maybe have to be honest with himself. Is it my tactics? Is it, what's wrong? Because it can't keep happening.
Very, very true. And also, is there that concentration problem? Could it be that? Because for me, it could be a concentration problem. That is the thing. You can't do that. You cannot, for me, right? I mean, you've got to go out there. You've got to perform. I mean, you can score goals so you can defend properly, yeah? But we look all over the place, man. And that is the problem. We've got to fix that quickly. Because if we don't, then we're going to get found out very, very quickly. Wow. Let's go on to what Eddie Howe's been saying. I'm going to get it up there, by the way. He's asked about today's game. He said, no excuses, basically. And he also added, when he's asked a difficult decision to make, Eddie said, no, not really. To be honest, controlling this minutes is something I wanted to do anyway. And also it's about Miley. That's Miley after 37 minutes. Yeah, he took him off for tactical reasons. So I did not look at that based on his performance. It was not based on his performance. I know it was based on his tactical decisions. He should have no problems. He's so young. We want to control his football as well. Then he asked about a good understanding of the situation. Howe said, yeah, I'm going to sit down and talk to him. Of course, it was not something I planned to do. And he also added, it was something instinctive because we weren't good in the game and we needed to make a change. But there would be no problems with him. He would be totally understand. And that's on Miley. And then he had a defeat. We were well aware we were below our levels. The second half was much better, but we could not force the goal we needed. And that mistake cost us the match.
The second half wasn't better. Eddie, mate, I love Eddie Howe, but the second half wasn't better. It wasn't. You have to be honest, mate. It's annoying that, like I said, I'm happy to be positive, but for me, the second half wasn't much better than was it, John? Do you agree with that? That the second half was better than the first half?
No, we were poor. We were poor full stop. Let's be real. I mean, I love Eddie, but I don't know what I don't know what he was talking about there. Yeah, I mean, my advice to Eddie is don't be like Steve Bruce. Yeah, don't make an excuse of them. Just say how it is. Yeah, come on, Simon Jordan. He's ain't on Eddie. He played these to put their fingers out away from home. Yep. You're not the only one.
Yeah, the players have got a lot to start. Yeah, like I said, it's not just. I'm not just blaming Eddie Howe at all. I agree that everyone, when they come in for training tomorrow or whenever, I don't know if he will be training tomorrow. I'm not sure what the plan will be because we're playing Boxing Day. God knows what the plan will be with training or whatever. But whenever it is, whenever we have that time. I just think we need to, they just all need to have a look at, just say to each other, like, what is it with our away form? Eddie has to look at himself and so do the players. So I agree with that. It definitely is not just all on Eddie Howe, but it's worrying. It really is worrying because, It
is. And it needs to be fixed up very, very quickly as well. Otherwise, people on the press are going to be questioning Eddie as well. But yeah, it does look good. Then it looks absolutely over. I'm trying to find a positive spin, Paul, and I'm just struggling to find one today. I can't lie.
Well, but, the thing is that you can't. You don't have to find positives every time. And when you've had a poor performance, you are allowed to say you've been poor, and no one's going to look at that game. Look, even Eddie Howe said it's a poor game, so you're allowed to say up front it's been poor. It's one of those things that you can only be positive. So, for a result that's gone your way. And it was anyone I've seen, Shearer has come out against it. We're not the only people being against that performance. Even the players will know that wasn't good enough. So we're not trying to be negative. It's just honest that it wasn't good enough. We all know that. We're not saying negative for me is us going, John, Eddie outright. Eddie needs to be sacked. Blah, blah, blah. We're not doing that. We're not saying that. Trippier needs to be fired from the squad. No, that's negative. We're just being upfront. You can't hide from the fact that it was a poor game. Mm-hmm. Like I said, don't want to take away from Newton because I feel like I want to give credit because they deserve it. We weren't good enough and they were up for it more than we were. So can't say any more than that. Fair play to them. I felt they pushed City, they pushed Liverpool, they pushed Arsenal. They got unfortunate in those games, and they got the luck today. Well, I wouldn't even call it luck. They were just better.
Yeah, they were better. They were better than us all day. And I'll tell you what, if we played at St James's as well, we'd not beat Luton. We'd probably get a 0-0 draw. Do you know what I mean?
No, John.
Once each.
Well, it's funny. We'll probably beat them at St James's because we're really good at St James's Park. It's weird. That's what we need to sort. We need to sort that out. Like I said, I've got no problem. Like, even though it seems negative, I still think we're going to beat Forest on Monday. Is it Monday? No, Tuesday. No,
that's on Tuesday.
Yeah. I still think we're beating Forest on Tuesday because I've got no problem with saying that. I think we beat Forest because it's St James's Park. Liverpool, I don't think we're beating Liverpool.
No chance. So Sunderland probably get a replay.
Oh man, that'd be bad. That would be bad as well. I wouldn't even want a replay.
No, exactly.
If we don't get a win there, that's not good enough. Sorry, but
exactly
we haven't got there yet. We have to see how we get on. If we can bounce back from it, then that's a positive, isn't it? But that's the one positive we'll take. If we can bounce back, that's a good thing. But let's just hope the players have a nice Christmas.
Yeah.
And you guys watching the show have a lovely, try your best to put it in the back. I know it's hard. Put it in the back of your mind. Try to stay away from Twitter because it's going to be, what it's going to be like. It's going to be terrible on there. You know that. Try and switch your phone off. Enjoy tomorrow. Enjoy Christmas Eve. Enjoy Christmas Day. If you celebrate it, if you don't, just enjoy having the time off. Have a nice time. Open lots of nice presents and have a good time. That's the positive stuff coming through. Enjoy the next 2 days away from football.
Yeah, exactly that, mate. Exactly that. Got one from Damien Toon from Minster. We need to spend in January. I totally agree. And the referee is there. You know what? Thank you for that, Damien, mate. Hi to Charlie. Hope you're good. I mean, you cannot be happy with the performance today, mate. I know you're not happy at all. I can tell. Away performance meant a problem. And the same as well. I got the Mancunian Weir. Big up to you, my guy. He's a big City fan. Do check out his channel, the Mancunian Weir, a Manchester City fan channel. He is sensational. It's a project, John. It takes time. Enjoy the journey. However, I don't see how there long term he won't take you where you want to be. What's your take on that, Paul? I mean, look, he's got an opinion.
The thing is, I will judge that based off a season with no injuries. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem. You give Eddie Howe a full season with no injuries, with players that we want in the club, and then I agree. If we have players we want that are fit, we've bought new players in, like good quality players, and we still don't do something, then maybe there's a question there. But that hasn't happened yet, so we don't know. So At the moment, I get what you're saying. It's still a project, and I still think he's more than good enough for the job, because who would have said that Eddie Howe would have got us to top 4? Nobody. So for me, it's one of those where this season has been very frustrating for Newcastle. We've had some of the highest moments of our lives in Newcastle. PSG 4-1 is still one of the best moments of my Newcastle time of following the club. I'll never ever forget that game. Manchester United away, the 3-0, brilliant. Fantastic result. There's been some really high points to this season, and the frustration thing is that if we had a fully fit squad, I still think we would have been in and around the top 4 this year, and I still think we probably would have been in the Champions League. But you can't, what can you do? You can't fathom this amount of injuries. You can't fathom having this type of form away. It just needs to be sorted. So trying to stay on the positive side of things, we just need to, be honest, hold your hands up, say it's not been good enough, and then hopefully rectify it. That's the hope, isn't it? That, this is the thing. If, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if we go to somewhere like Anfield and scrape a result, you never know. You never know what it does for you mentally. But I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you never know. You just never know.
Exactly. Totally agree with you. 100%. Got Mackie Jack, Charlie, and Oliver St. John. Could you please subscribe to my channel if you're new? And also, Chris, if you're Eddie in or out, Eddie in all day long. And Chris, could you please subscribe to my channel because you're from Twitter as well? And I've noticed that as well. Thank you very much indeed. Big up to Dino from New Zealand. I hope you're great. Terrible performance. My advice to you, right? Stay in bed, my guy. Stay in bed. I mean, getting up, 3 o'clock in the morning to watch that. If it was so earlier on, Dean, I would have told you to stay in bed. Don't get to watch that. But if you're from New Zealand, Australia, or Japan, stay in bed. Well, yeah. Also, no watch along. Exactly, that's what exactly did. I see Mancini, I really do. He's already Saudi manager. Coincidence. I tell you what, he'd be good for Newcastle, Mancini. I really do believe that. Well, Mancini.
You taking a mick?
He's won the Premier League, Man City.
No, I don't want him anywhere near.
And don't forget, he's a Euro winner as well.
Nah, no thanks. No thanks.
Fair enough. We are just exhausted, but anyways, chill up, my fellow magpies. We will come back stronger. 24-5 season is ours. I hope you're right. 4 a.m. Dean. I mean, I'm glad you stayed up to watch your channel, my guy. Stay in bed. If you're going to get 2-3-0, I would have done. I wouldn't wake up to watch that. I don't like saying sack anyone, but your owners will want to win the league one day, as Amanda said, and how, for me, won't do that. Good managers, though, just the next step in process. If you saying that you think Mancini is your choice to become Newcastle manager if Eddie decides to go? Would you take Sancho for Man U? Not for me. I like
attitude.
Not for me. Anyone except that. I think Eddie know that as well. Thank you, Mackie. I appreciate that for your subscription. Thank you, man. And yeah, so like I said, I mean, we've got Nottingham Forest tomorrow doing a preview for that game. We've got an Unboxing Day. You reckon that we're going to beat Forest?
I do, because it's St James's Park. I really do. Honestly, I just think that's been our form this whole season. We've been good at St James's Park and terrible away. Like I say, I think we will win. We just need to bring that into away form. That's the only thing I think we need. So just bring that home form to away, and we'll be fine. But I honestly do. Forest had a player sent off today.
Bolly, he'll be out then. Second bookable, so he'll not be playing.
So he'll be out, and then they lost as well. And I don't really rate Nuno as a manager. I don't understand that decision at all. But there you go. But for me, I think our form at St James's is phenomenal. So I'm pretty sure we'll be fine there.
Yeah, cool. Fair enough. Mancini, not for me. We have Raw Eddie, and that's for Alan and TMW. Big up to you. And I just see the Saudi international job as this interview, basically. Anyway, good luck rest of the season for the world champions, and congratulations on winning the World Club Championship yesterday, and beating Fluminense by 4-0. And yeah, big up to you. Probably there next season, no doubt. And he's still a world-class manager, one of the best in the world for me. Let's be honest with that. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to wrap up the show there. I'm disappointed today. Newcastle lost by 1-0 against Luton at Kenilworth Road. A shocking performance today. And if you look at me timeline as well, it's just some sort of brief as well. Damien from the Insta saying, how can Luton get away with pulling on our player shirts and not get booked? There's been a few months there as well.
The thing is that this has been a Premier League season this year that I think the refs started strong.
Yeah.
At the start of the season, they were booking goalkeepers when they weren't kicking the ball out. They were booking players for throw-ins when they weren't throwing in.
Great.
They're being really tough, and then it's wherever you want it to be now. Dissent is now like an immediate 2 yellow. Look at what happened to Dallo. 2 yellow cards immediately, and a sending off for shouting at the ref. It's you just can't keep up with there's no consistency with refereeing. That's what's frustrating. So it doesn't even bother me. It doesn't. It's just one of those things that we know that refereeing is at an all-time low in the Premier League. It's the best league in the world, and we have the worst refs.
Referees.
We really do. It needs. They say Newcastle need a rejig. The refereeing system needs a rejig because it's a shambles.
Exactly. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. And that needs to be addressed. I'd rather have multinational referees referee our games so like doing the Champions League. That guy from Poland who refereed us against PSG, right? That guy is brilliant until what he did right at the end. But that's for another time. So yeah, we're going to wrap up the show then, mates. And thanks again, Paul. Thanks for the chat as well. And if you do follow Paul on Blank Canvas PC, and he's on Twitter as well. We'll definitely back tomorrow for the preview show. I'm going to get Talk Forest TV tomorrow. He'll be coming on. He's got his own channel. He's got more subs than I have, by the way, but he's really good. Everyone have a great Xmas as well. Thank you, Mackie. And you, Ollie Jordan. Oh, Simon Jordan, if he's the real Simon Jordan. I tell you what, he's going to come on, Simon, as well. And back tomorrow. I think it'll be 4 o'clock tomorrow. I've already told you, could be 4, could be 3, but I'll let you guys know. It's a preview show. And if you like the video, like what you watch, it's been a disappointing day for Newcastle United. Absolutely shambolic. I can't even lie. Like, subscribe.